Let me tell you about the Department of Homeland Security and what's going on. Now, you tell me, this surveillance state that we're building, who is it we are monitoring and for what purposes? What is it we are monitoring? What is it we're looking for? Are we looking for the threats to the United States of America? Are we looking for terrorists? Are we looking for people that are threatening to kill people? Is our Department of Homeland Security looking for people that might be stocking up guns, bullets, and calling for a war of any sort inside the United States of America? Yes or no? It's really quite simple. A Department of Homeland Security employee who works on, among other things, the procurement of guns and ammunition for the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement spends his weekends and nights preparing for a coming race war and advocating for anti-gay causes. I want you to meet the Department of Homeland Security employee Ayo Kimathi, a.k.a. the Irritated Genie. He told his bosses at the DHS that his anti-white, anti-gay site, War is on the Horizon, was just an entertainment site that sells concert and lecture videos. Just an entertainment site. DHS Irritated Genie has some outside activities, and everybody has to have them approved by their supervisors. Now, the Irritated Genie, if I may call him that, their former supervisor, told the Southern Poverty Law Center. I mean, when the Southern Poverty Law Center, it makes any sense at all, this is how bad things are in America. That despite their employees' description of his extracurricular activities, the actual content of the site left her stunned. To see the hate, to know that he is a federal employee, it really bothered me, she added. She said he didn't describe his activities to the agency because there's no way the Department of Homeland Security would have signed off on his website. He apparently just filed the paperwork and said, hey, I'm going to do a website, WOH. Well, did anybody ask what WOH stands for? Was anybody looking possibly at his website? War is on the horizon, WOH. Possibly to keep his bosses from looking up his work, he only used WOH in his permission request, and of course it was immediately granted. The content of his advocacy demands some clarification. In his self-proclaimed black supremacist, the Southern Poverty Law Center is saying, well, that could be many things. I'm sorry. Here's where we part ways. I'm sorry, Southern Poverty Law Center. It could mean many things. I'm a I'm a black supremacist. Let's look at what he actually said. He said, on War on the Horizon, he calls the president a treasonous mulatto scum dweller. Now imagine if anyone you know in a Tea Party had a website that said the president was a treasonous mulatto scum dweller. Do you think that would be on the front page of anything? Now, let me give you a crazy scenario, okay? One of the guys who works for the Department of Homeland Security does have a website that says that. He also lists among the movement's enemies Oprah Winfrey, Whoopi Goldberg, and Condoleezza Rice. Now, I don't like Whoopi Goldberg. She has, we've had our own personal run-ins where she has proven herself to be a liar.
She also called you a bag of dog crap or something.
Whatever.
Didn't she?
She says one thing in person and another thing on the air. No time for Whoopi Goldberg. Oprah Winfrey has clearly demonstrated herself as having the tendencies of a racist. And I can say that because we did the show on the anatomy of a racist. And what the anatomy of a racist is, you categorize people, and then the facts of any given situation do not matter to you. Well, that would be the Oprah Winfrey syndrome. Condoleezza Rice, I mean, I have no problem with Condoleezza Rice. But if I had a list and said, hey, who are the problems here? First of all, they would be many colors, but this is traitors to the race, I think. Oprah Winfrey, Whoopi Goldberg, Condoleezza Rice. He's not just saying, hey, these guys are bad people. He's saying here is they are enemies and there's a race war coming. So your enemy list might take on a little different connotation. This is a DHS employee. He advocates for the mass murder of white people. On his website, he says, quote, warfare is imminent. And in order for black people to survive the 21st century, we are going to have to kill a lot of whites, more than our Christian hearts can possibly count. So seeing that he is claiming to be a Christian makes him most likely a Jeremiah Wright style Christian. A conspiracy theory also on the website, arguing that white people are trying to, quote, homosexualize black men in order to make them more effeminate and therefore weaker. Oh, man, he's on to us.
All that planning. All that planning down the drain.
I was going to homosexualize some black men this weekend.
I know. I want to make them weaker
I have all
for
of
the
these,
coming war.
I've got all of these feather boas that I've purchased now, and I was just going to come up to black men in the street and put that feather boa around and go, you look snappy. You look snappy. You're a snappy. I mean, it has to start somewhere. Mm-hmm. I was the feather boa guy.
Yeah.
Man.
I was distributing Liza Minnelli records, too.
Were you really?
Yeah.
And now how many Liza Minnelli records have been wasted?
I'm stuck with 48 million of them.
Oh, man. Oh, crap.
Got it.
We've been exposed. As part of this...